Chancellor Shiv Nadar, Vice Chancellor Dr. Ghosh, other distinguished guests, my dear students, proud parents, and faculty. I feel highly privileged to be invited to speak at the 5th Convocation of Shiv Nadar University. SNU represents the best of what India has to offer. We see the vision of a single individual, an entrepreneur, innovator, and philanthropist being translated into reality, and it is not even 10 years since it all began. World-class infrastructure, opportunities for both teaching and research, and most important, its multidisciplinary focus clearly provide the enabling environment in which SNU can, and I'm sure will, grow to be one of the top institutions of higher learning that India needs so desperately. Let me first offer my heartiest congratulations to the graduating students, postgrads, and PhD scholars who are receiving their degrees at the SNU Convocation 2019 today. And my congratulations to their proud parents and teachers. For Dr. Krishnaswamy Kasturirangan, Dr. Ashok Seth, Lord Charles Powell, and Mike Lowry, I congratulate the SNU for their excellent choice of honorary doctorates. May the honorands continue to inspire us all. To the students, I say that some of you will go on to study further, others will take up jobs, and yet others will set up your own entrepreneurial ventures, like our Chancellor. There is also the fast expanding sector of civil society, which is looking for people with your skills. Shiv Nadar Foundation offers one of the best examples of what is possible in this sector. You are fortunate in that India today offers a much wider set of options for you than was the case when I graduated from college in the mid-60s. It was a simpler and less connected world. The career options were limited. For a young woman like me, coming from a socially conservative family, the choice was between teaching and a government job. I was lucky to get a scholarship for PhD at MIT. Of course, I had to borrow money at subsidized interest rate from Syndicate Bank of India to pay for my air ticket to get from Delhi to Boston. What pleases me so much about SNU is what I have heard and read about the scholarships. What we are doing for people who, like me at that stage, had no way of getting to places of higher learning, centers of excellence, by providing them scholarship, fully residential scholarship, and converting them into empowered citizens of India who are going to build our India of the future is something which is so overwhelming. I have no words to thank those who have set up SNU. Today, not only is the world your marketplace, but thanks to the IT revolution, you have far greater information on the options available to you across the world. It also means that you need greater application of mind to choose from these options. I have no doubt that the multidisciplinary education that you receive at SNU and the value system that you have nurtured will be your assets as you negotiate your way through the university of life. In one way or another, life keeps teaching us as we take up new assignments, build new relationships, face new situations, and respond to new challenges. The challenges facing the Indian economy have also changed with time and will continue to change. When Shiv Nadar founded HCL in 1976, the Indian economy was closed to foreign trade, foreign investment, and foreign technology. It was also in the grips of the license permit Raj as far as the private sector was concerned. We were one of the slowest growing economies in the world, with GDP growing at 3.5% per annum and population growing at 2% per annum. Our per capita income was growing at 1.5% per annum. We have come a long way. For over 2 decades now, India has been among the fastest growing economies in the world, with GDP growing on average at 7.5% per annum and population growth at 1.5% per annum. Our per capita income is growing at 6% per annum, 4 times as high as in the mid-70s. The challenge in the mid-70s was how to make Indian industry globally competitive by dismantling the numerous controls and provide more room for market forces. The wide-ranging economic reforms that were launched in 1991 changed the rules of the game, steered by a number of democratically elected governments, both at the center and in states. The Indian economy has moved from being a low-income economy to a middle-income economy. The Indian private sector has played a major role in this transformation. It is not surprising to find that no matter how we estimate poverty, this sustained rapid growth has had a significant impact in bringing the percentage of population in poverty down from its very high level of 45% in 93-94 to somewhere between 22 to 29% today. Even so, the absolute number of the poor remains very large. As I look ahead, there are new challenges all around us. The mood on globalization has changed in the industrialized countries. Open markets for goods and services are no longer what they used to be, what with trade wars dominating these markets. Migration and labor mobility was always an issue, but it has surfaced more forcefully as the major economies of the world cope with their problems of unemployment. This only means that India needs to work harder at being globally competitive and exploit the opportunities offered by world markets, which are still considerable for us. At the same time, we need to guard against the vulnerabilities that come with globalization. A stable macroeconomic environment and a modern financial sector with a strong regulatory framework are critical in managing an economy which is open to trade and capital flows. Since the private sector will continue to play an important role in driving the growth process in itself and also through public-private partnerships in developing infrastructure, the need for a strong regulatory framework and high corporate governance standards is paramount. For India, a major fault line of growth has been our inability to expand employment. We need economic policies that encourage both employment and enterprise. Given the disruptive role of technology that we see today across the world, our educational institutions need to provide education which is nimble, education which prepares students to adapt to change as technology makes old jobs redundant and creates demands for new skills and innovation. Emphasis on innovation, entrepreneurship, and inculcating team spirit rather than only individual excellence will have to be given much more importance in our education system. Last but not the least, more and more Indian cities will have to act as engines of growth if the Indian economy is to continue its journey on the rapid economic growth track. While there is growing realization on the part of policymakers that urbanization is set to accelerate with India's rapid growth, there is still inadequate understanding of the need to plan for urbanization and translate these plans into action. Only then can Indian cities provide better quality of life to their residents and better investment climate to attract entrepreneurs and innovators. Urbanization is as much necessary for rural rejuvenation. We have to build synergies between the rural and urban sectors as we plan for urbanization. The problem is that Indian cities are not empowered to meet the challenges of putting in place the basic economic infrastructure, such as roads, bridges, markets, or infrastructure for waste management. The same is true for social infrastructure, such as schools, hospitals, and public parks. Cities in our country have neither the funds nor the capacity to bridge the infrastructure deficit. Add to this the poor governance standards, and our cities are in no position to deliver the basic public services such as safe drinking water and clean air. The challenges of mobility and shelter further add to the litany of urban woes. The economies of agglomeration, which attract entrepreneurs and skilled professionals to locate economic activity in cities, cannot be generated in the face of such environmental degradation. It has an adverse impact on both the quality of life and the ease of doing business, not to speak of how it acts as a public health hazard. sustainable development has to be mainstreamed into our thinking, our planning, and our implementation of development. This is the challenge that, my dear students, you have to take up as you prepare for your life after education. Since I believe that every challenge offers an opportunity, this means that you have lots of opportunities to make a difference. We in my generation take comfort from the fact that 50% of India's population today is below the age of 25. So we assign this responsibility, we offer these opportunities to you to work hard, to take what your education has given you and use the diversity that you have imbibed in your university years here and make the India of our dreams really come true. My congratulations once again. Thank you.